We are back. We took a week off. Alex decided to visit the greatest country in the world, the United States, and I later in the show will figure out how much of a red-blooded American he actually is. Did he come back with more patriotic views? Did he learn something in his trip to the United States? But that is not what I would like to talk about today. We float around the word generational a little too loosely. And I'm not going to lie, that year that Joe Burrow, I believe it was last year, was completely healthy and the defense kept giving up 40 points and Joe Burrow kept trying to keep them in games, I called that defense generationally bad. That was my mistake. No, that was a bad defense. That was not a generationally bad defense. A generationally bad defense will do things like give up enough points for you to lose 2 straight games of scoring 40 points, the first time since the 1960s. A generational defense will make people who played the game of football like Shady McCoy say things like the Bengals should trade Joe Burrow so that they can just have whomever start, because whomever can just, Joe Flacco could score 40 points even though you're just giving the Bengals an excuse to be more cheap. Like, have you not watched the Bengals, Shady? Like, for real. What gives you any faith that if Joe Burrow's contract was null and void today, that they would know 2 things to do with that extra money? Like, dead ass. And not only that, and even saying that, and I'm laughing at myself, even saying that takes away from the greatness that Joe Burrow has displayed. He is the best Bengals quarterback in franchise history, just period. And I know people think that's hyperbole and that's being a fan, but watch the Bengals play. You can't. You know why you can't? Because they are the most miserable fucking experience to watch. And like, if you care about this team, I don't know how you can. Like, it feels like they just fail us, and they fail Joe. In fact, I apologize, Joe Burrow. I apologize that you have such incompetency, such terrible management around you, that they can play so terribly that jagoffs like me and former NFL players like Shady McCoy can think that just anyone could just be plugged into the Bengals offense and score 40 points and just get the defense. The defense will get right. The defense has been deteriorating for years and years now, basically since that Super Bowl run. I remember when the defense was trusted to get multiple stops on Patrick Mahomes, and it accomplished that. That defense is a shell of itself from today, and I'm just sad. Just watching the Bengals on Sunday makes me sad. I dread Sundays now. So, Alex, how's your trip? What do you got for me, buddy?
What's going on, guys? Apparently, I'm a bit more happy than you. Life's going good. The trip was very good. We enjoyed every single thing about America, about New York. We watched most places that we wanted to see, very touristy places, as one might say.
Did you get to see any Zorhan Mamdani's events since he's your boy, apparently?
I wouldn't really call him my boy. Where's that coming from? No, I left before he got appointed. So like the day, like 2-3 days after I came back, that's when he got it nominated, if I'm not mistaken. I was in there when you guys were, or the New Yorkans were voting.
What was that like?
And it just looked like a normal day of people just like going to vote. Didn't really have anything special about it. I saw people voting at the National History Museum when we were visiting. Apparently, one side was for visits, the other was for voting. Not really a line or anything in that place, so maybe in other places there could have been something. I saw a lot of people with "I voted" stickers in their Ubers and whatnot. So, I mean, it just looked like a Pacific place. I didn't really see any sort of commotion about candidates and whatnot. Um, hey, looking at the ideas of people, I think he has some very, very progressive ideas, which I do like in some of them. I think some are kind of asinine to imply in a city like New York, like the sustainable rents and whatnot. It seems very hard to apply those things, but like the free transportation around the city, especially the buses and whatnot, I think that's a very progressive idea. I think that's something that we have implemented here in a way in Portugal, in the big cities, and it hasn't really affected anything. If anything, it has helped the cities that have applied that, the cities that have the population for that to work. The transportations are a bit better and whatnot, and just like overall work fairly nice. The city doesn't really seem to struggle here, so of course it's in a very larger state there in New York versus here in terms of population and whatnot. But I like some of his ideas. I didn't really know any of them. I saw a lot of ads for the candidates, both when we were in the not really highway, but when we were in the Uber from the airport to Queens. I saw some billboards, and I saw it on the subway as well. Some billboards. It's crazy how many billboards you guys have of attorneys in terms of like injury attorneys and whatnot. It's
Yes,
just like
yes, yes, yes.
over the place. I don't think I've ever seen one in Portugal even, but you guys there are just all over the place. There's guys that if you get hurt in the job, just call all of these fellas because it's from John LeBeau or wherever his name is to a random guy that looks like he's 90 years old about to pass out. Um, there's there's one for every single every single person in there. So hey, but overall the city was great.
There's
I enjoyed
competition,
most
my
of
boy.
it. Raising Cane's is now my favorite spot to ever go to in terms of fast food. So,
Ooh, now I get to ask you the Canes question. Do you think it's overrated and the sauce carries, or do you think the chicken is good?
oh, the chicken is amazing. I think the chicken is the best part of it. I think the sauce is good, but I might like a bit more of the Chick-fil-A sauce versus the Raising Cane's. But
Interesting.
the sauce is great. Everything is great. I prefer the chicken on Rising Cane's over the Chick-fil-A one. I also went to
That's a
the
hot take in America. That's a really
oh, it
hot take in
is?
America. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay. The chicken, it's not considered great in Raising Cane's.
Yeah, no. The consensus is that the cane sauce is what makes Raising Cane's, and that if you want chicken, there are better places to go, like a Popeyes, like a Chick-fil-A that you mentioned.
Okay. I didn't try Popeyes in the US. I tried Popeyes when I went to Spain. There were a few there. I tried it there. I liked the chicken, but Raising Cane's one, to me and to everyone in the group, was the best like
Interesting.
meal that we had in there like, in terms of fast. Plus, it's very cheap. Like for $19, I
Yeah,
got a
it is.
bowl that like fed me, could have fed me twice actually. So it's great. The bread is also very good. The fries
Caniac
are
combo.
great as
Did you
well.
get the Caniac combo?
I got the candy egg combo. My first time. We actually went there twice. So that's how much we like it. Instead of
Why?
experiencing a new one, we went twice to Raising Cane's. Yeah, I got the Caniac combo the first time. The second time I got the one with lesser tenders. I think I only 4 tenders or so. And that was more than enough for me.
A box combo,
The
yes.
the tea is also great. I drink.
I
I
love
don't
tea.
really like sodas. In terms of like the sodas with gas. I prefer the like iced tea or something like that. But I drank the 50-50 tea in terms of 50 with sugar, 50 no sugar. That's great as well. We have a fast food place near that serves the tea just like that. So that was very good. So yeah, we all loved it. We all thought it was great. We're still craving that chicken. We also went to a few of the what do you call it? The carts in the street. I saw people call them the halal carts or whatever. And we got chicken
Yeah,
over rice, combo over rice. All of that was great as well. So we really liked it. And
Daggers.
by the end of it, we were eating chili hot dogs, chili cheese hot dogs for
There
breakfast.
we go.
So I
Yeah.
think we were sort of becoming Americans at one point, you
There you
know?
go. See, and now you understand. Now you get to see the perspective. You get to understand my existence. So funny enough,
In a
Raising Cane's.
7-Eleven, by the way.
Oh, 7-Eleven's a must go. You need to get
We
not a
went
flurry. What do
almost
you
every
call it?
single day. The
A
guy
freeze?
knew us by the end. It
There
was
you go.
like the place that we stayed was like 10 minutes away from Rego Park subway. And next to the Rego Park subway was a 7-Eleven. So the first day that we got there was the first thing that we ever experienced from America because we got home at like,
As
I don't know,
one
I want to
should.
say like midnight or so. And the 7-Eleven was the closest thing by that was open. So we all went to the 7-Eleven. That was the first thing that we tried. And we just moved from there. And by the end, we were all eating, I believe, two persons in the group, two people in the group. Um, they ate one chili cheese hot dog and two taquitos, with beef and cheese. So that's a breakfast right now. We also ate pizza for breakfast. We also all from 7-Eleven. Donuts for breakfast. The donuts were great from 7-Eleven, I might say. Uh, just like the donut for $1, that's a banger. And the chili hot dogs were great as well. We also ate one in an a la carte, and it was similar enough. But for what you pay in 7-Eleven, it's great. Plus, I really liked you guys' coffee. I didn't think I would like it because I'm usually a guy that drinks an espresso and a short espresso even. But the drinks, like for breakfast, the breakfast sandwich plus the drink, the large drink, that really satisfied me. I would fill it up mostly with coffee and then throw in some half and half. Half and half was great. We don't have half and half in here, only cream
Nice.
or milk.
Huh.
Half and half was great, and we'd
Now you
also
can
always
make half
throw
and half.
some sort of syrup. Yeah.
Yeah.
Overall, we all love the experience. We're all eager to come back. We're trying to decide if we're going back to New York and go the less touristy route. Now that we've seen most things that tourists should see, like the Dumbo view to the Brooklyn Bridge and whatnot, 7-Eleven, 9/11 Memorial, the National History Museum, Top of the Rock, and the Rockefeller Center. We watched all of those things. Times Square. We went to Times Square every single day. I would say I would go broke if I had a Leeds in Portugal because
If you
Leeds is
had what?
just a Leeds. It's
Hmm.
the sports shop that has
Yeah,
all
yeah.
the jerseys, all that.
Yep.
Just would go immediately broke. Went to a lot of sports car shops as well.
So
In Flicker Street or whatever, or Blicker Street or whatever you call it. There
oh,
were a couple of them.
lids. Lids.
Lids, lids, yeah.
Oh, I was thinking leads. Leads?
No, lids. Yeah.
Lids.
It's
Yeah.
great. It's great. I spent a ton of money there. Um, I also spent a ton of money in almost everything. 21st Century is by far the best shopping that we
Yep.
went to because the prices
That's
were just
sounds
insane in there, bro.
good. I'm
So
glad
that
you
was
enjoyed it.
was
So
great.
funny
Macy's
enough,
was fun. All of that. We went to all of the places.
Macy's. Oh my. Oh, you Alexis would love you.
See, I mean, the group was two couples, and as you can imagine, the girls were fairly interested in going to all the big malls, all of the big Sephora places, all of that thing. So I spent at least 2 hours in a Sephora,
A
whatever you want to call it.
Sephora? Oh my god, a
Yeah,
Sephora.
dude, in Portugal we call it Sephora. So in the US, I understand it's Sephora. So
Sephora.
whatever you want to
Yeah.
say, I spent 2 hours in that place, so that's
Sephora,
fun.
man. Sephora.
That's fun. So yeah, that's the resume. I loved every single part of it. Wish I could have gone to an NFL game. Only managed to go to an NBA game, and it was the Nets.
Oh, not the Nets. Oof.
Hey, the Knicks didn't play in New York the whole week. They played 3 times, never in New York. So that's fun. I was excited that at least was going to watch Trae Young, but Trae Young got hurt in like the first 5 minutes or so that's fine.
So you're saying you didn't go to a Giants game? Because I know that the Jets
Giants played in Philly that week. I was in there in the Nike store, talking the big Nike
want to go to
in
Philly?
Times Square. No, I didn't want to go to Philly. Plus tickets were like $300. Like, bitch, please, I'm not giving $300 to the Eagles. Go fuck themselves. But I was in there in the Nike store when the news broke out of Cam Scadaboo's injury. And the guy working at Nike was just completely distraught, man. I was talking with him. I was actually grabbing a Saquon Barkley jersey, the one with the Eagles, the one in which he made the jump back last year, where he hurdled over the player. No. I was grabbing it, the Saquon Barkley jersey, because I always think that the jersey is nice. That's the retro jersey. That's the one in which he hurdled the guy backwards last year. And I was explaining to my girlfriend like why there were so many of those jerseys and why that jersey gained a lot of meaning. It was because of that moment from Saquon. And the guy came over and he was talking about Saquon and how he was a Giants fan. And then like the news broke out of Cam Scadaboo, and I was like, hey man, like Scadaboo, like that doesn't look good. He was completely distraught when I brought Cam Scadaboo. Like, that's like the soul of the team, and he was just so sad. I was trying to cheer him up, like, hey, you still have that Jackson Dart and Tyrone Tracy, and the dude was just like,
what would you have done if he said he's an Eagles fan?
Well, I told him I hate the Eagles, so from that point forward, there's no way to go, right? I started by saying, I was explaining to her how I really like this jersey, but I fucking hate the Eagles. And the guy was like, yeah, my dude, fuck the Eagles. So that was a fun moment. Then we also said, I also looking at the Drake May jersey, and I was like, I wish he was in the Patriots because I really like the kid and I want a jersey of his. And he was like, yeah, fuck the Patriots. And I'm like, okay, I'm in New York apparently.
Yeah, that's how you know you're in New York, man. They hate Boston.
Yeah. So overall, great trip. Talked with a lot of people. Everyone was very nice. There's that stigma that like it's not safe or whatever. We never really feel safe. We always felt okay. Neighborhood was very good in Queens.
One of the things that I think we overblown is like how unsafe America is and how like crime rate in America is. Are we perfect? Absolutely not, fucking bro. Does atrocious things happen? Absolutely. Is it on par with like the way it's been in the past? No, it's not, and it's definitely not worse. Like, I think I feel safer in general than I did like 10, 20 years ago in my area. Just in general.
I mean, we didn't use the subway a lot because by night we would be done exploring, and like our day started at like 9 to 10. We would be out of home. We'd only come back at around like 11 midnight, 1 at worst. And in the start we would mostly go with the subway. Then there was a lot of toll, and subway took always like 30-40 minutes to get home. So we started to use the Uber a lot to go home. The trip wasn't anything crazy. For like splitting it by 4 ways wasn't anything crazy. So, but even when we used the subway and going home by feet at night, we never really felt afraid of anything. Everything was nice. We always felt sort of safe. So, hey, in general, a very pleasant experience, and we would always go back. We're craving going back, and we're trying to decide if we're going back to New York again, or if we go visit a different state this time around. We're thinking Chicago, maybe. But hey, that's what's on the table right now.
Next year we go to a Bengals game.
Hey, that could be fun, especially if you guys have a defense.
I wouldn't hold a breath on that. Oh,
okay. Man. While I was gone, a lot happened, right? Football happened. The Bengals happened, and you managed to express your disdain for what has happened to the Bengals. So last time that we checked, last time that I was here, you guys were coming off of a win versus the Steelers, if I'm not mistaken, right? I predicted a win versus the Steelers, and then I came in here and I beat on my chest that Joe Flacco, the elite dragon, was back. You guys were winning, everything was good. I leave, and not only do we skip a week of recording, but like the Jets go to absolute shit. They lose versus the Jets. I couldn't watch the game. I couldn't watch any game, to be frank, while I was in New York.
We don't want to watch
But
the
I
Jets.
but I was watching
The
it.
Bears game you might have want to watch, but not the
Yeah, but the Bears game I watched, I was back. But I didn't catch any of the games from week 8. So I was looking at the box score and like going into the fourth quarter, if I'm not mistaken, you guys were up by, if I'm not mistaken, like 2 touchdowns or so. And I'm like, okay, I mean, it's Justin Fields is never gonna pull this one back. But then I forgot he's playing the Bengals defense. And the Bengals defense might make you and I look decent.
Are you
when we join the
okay
football.
calling the Bengals defense? You pushed back, I believe it was last year or 2 years ago, when I called it generationally bad. Are you good with calling this year's Bengals defense generationally bad?
I think that would be fair to say at this point. There's this crazy stat about how now I'm never gonna find it, but there is this crazy stat going around about how many times teams have won when they score 30 plus points.
Yeah.
But I'm never gonna find it right now. But if I'm not mistaken, it's something like teams with 30 plus points, who score 30 plus points, win, I don't know, like 90% of their games. The Bengals, they've scored 30 plus points in most games, if I'm not mistaken, going back to last year. They won 3 times or something crazy like that. So you're in the realm of a complete anomaly at this point. You are a statistical anomaly. I don't know if you want me to say that you are generationally bad, or if you're just like a statistical anomaly. Put it however you prefer, but you need to figure stuff out. And the thing that worries me is the fact that like it doesn't appear as if the main issue in all of this, to me at least, is leaving anytime soon because your coach is staying in place.
Yeah, Mike Brown Mike Brown, I guess. I
That's
don't
just
understand.
the way it is, apparently. You're just gonna keep the same coach until something happens. That's just the way it is, apparently. And in the meanwhile, you're still gonna be losing games, spending years of Burrow's career in whatever is happening right now.
Yeah.
But hey, do you feel as if Burrow has any blame in all of this? Burrow or Chase, because they were the main how do I say it? They were the main guys pushing for T. Higgins to be resigned. When a lot of people were thinking, okay, you have an elite receiver, an elite QB, let's move off of that second guy, let's draft rookies, let's put some pieces into motion, and let's invest the money elsewhere. But they were adamant that they wanted T back. T got back, and now it's like maybe the 20 millions you're spending on T could have helped you in a way. Or do you think that's in any way true?
Go where?
They could have gone to the defense.
Who?
I mean, there's free agents that you could sign. There's players that you could trade for. I can't tell you like exactly who you should go for, but anything is better than nothing, I'd say.
2023 Bengals off season. So, in the 2023 offseason, when we didn't have to sign Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, we acquired Orlando Brown Jr., and we let Jesse Bates and Von Bell walk. And we re-signed Jermaine Pratt. And we signed tight end Irv Smith Jr. and safety Nick Scott. So I ask you again, if we give the Bengals $20 million, do you actually believe that A, the front office has the foresight to invest that money wisely, B, that we would be able to acquire talent to bolster the defensive unit to a place where we are comfortable with? Because remember, we are the team that let Jesse Bates walk, and we also are the team that spent not one, not two, not three, but four for top first 2 round picks on offensive line, and we still couldn't get it right. So I don't see the sunflower shades, the glasses that you guys are talking about this from. When has this organization shown an ability to consistently acquire talent, develop talent, and put that talent in the right positions since Kevin O'Connell left as the defensive coordinator for the Bengals? I ask you that.
Maybe you're right. I was throwing you something to see what you could say. But you guys are like bottom six in money spent on defense right now.
Yep.
Again, having money doesn't necessarily mean that you would make good decisions with that money.
That's my whole point.
Could you be a bit more aggressive on the free agency market? I know that's not your thing because again,
we have not, but yes, we should be more aggressive in the free agency market.
it looks like it.
We are worse Cowboys when it comes to spending money. And why do I say worse Cowboys? Because the Cowboys at least have some fucking history of success.
That is true. Overall, I think the issue lies in between of you're not usually great drafters, especially late, which is an issue. Like you could be like, for example, the two teams that spend the less money on defense. If you had to guess, you probably wouldn't say it's the Eagles and the Rams in terms of cap hit this year. But they draft very well when it comes to those positions. They draft Jared Verse, Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith, all of those guys like Quinion Mitchell, Gene, all of those guys.
Let's not forget something else too. The two things that we have I'm going back to our drafts. The two things that we have drafted since Kevin O'Connell left has been offensive line and it's been cornerback since we let Jesse Bates go. How many of those corners have really panned out?
I think you have a single one that is necessarily good.
There you go. Like, I'm sorry. Like, you can say it's a money, like min-maxing the money you spent problem. I say it's a talent evaluation and it's a scheme problem. Period. Like,
and the thing is, you scapegoated your DC into him being all of the issue with this. And I think we were fairly adamant that that wasn't the issue.
So here's the thing.
Came out last year. And now he's doing great for the Colts.
Here's what I'm going to give in to, because like the reason I blame the DC and the reason I'm sure a lot of Bengals fans or any people in the media blame the Bengals defensive coordinator is because they realize Mike Brown's not going to fire Zach Taylor. Like, so it has to be. It has to be. If you're not going to hold the coach accountable, it has to be the defensive coordinator you hold accountable.
Should he be fired in your opinion? Because I think it should.
Our defensive coordinator or Zach Taylor?
No, your coach, Zach Taylor. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think that's something that needs to happen at this point.
So here's something that we don't give enough credit for. The Steelers have a history of consistently like giving their coaches leeway. But the reason that their coaches have historically been given leeway is because their coaches have historically won fairly consistently. Zach Taylor had a good playoff run, and he got the Bengals to a Super Bowl. I think that's more on the coordinator Zach Taylor was around than Zach Taylor himself. I don't know how true that is. I was not in that building. But just based on how everything has played out after that Super Bowl run, I mean, I think that's apparent. That's fairly obvious, is it not? The
And to
defense
be
hasn't
fair,
looked good since Kevin O'Connell left and we let Jesse Bates walk. The offense has looked good, but it hasn't looked as explosively good since we lost Brian Callahan. Go ahead. To be fair.
and let's not forget that, to be fair, before that Super Bowl run, people weren't necessarily on Zach's camp. That should be
No.
as the long coach. So, like,
No.
that Super Bowl run that didn't even culminate in Super Bowl can only buy you so much goodwill.
Good faith.
And I think
Yeah.
at this point, the goodwill has run out with every single fan, and it's a matter of time. Like, will ownership gain a set of balls and pull the trigger when it's
No,
very
they
evident,
won't.
I think, to
Because then they'll
everyone
have to
that
pay
it should
exactly
happen.
No.
But,
The Bengals
like,
are
you could have made the same exact argument last year. When you miss the playoffs, you have a guy playing at an MVP level. You could make
Yeah.
the same exact argument that we're making right now,
And he had a
but instead they
season.
scapegoated the DC. And it's just like, I feel like that could happen again this year.
It
Because
could.
I think they're the sort of franchise that will go in there and they'll be like, okay, Zach, this is it for you. You need to fix the defense. We're not going to fire you because you brought us to Super Bowl, and we will bend over backwards in order to give you everything because of that. But like, this is it. Figure out the defense, or it's over. I think that's the conversation that will happen this off season. Unfortunately for you, because I just expect it to be another season of despair next year.
I think every Bengals fan at this point expects every season to be a season of despair.
When you have a running back, Chase Brown, calling out your defense, vibes are not immaculate in the locker room.
I
Say
don't
that.
blame him. We
I
had a
don't as
lead.
well.
We had a
But it's
lead with
just.
less than a minute left.
But it's.
Colton
I don't blame that
Loveland
either.
Colton Loveland hasn't had a breakout game. We gave it to him. Like, it's unbelievable.
You can give a breakout game to anyone, to be fair.
It's unbelievable.
You gave a breakout game to Justin Fields.
And Justin. Yeah.
After the owner, like, ripped them apart and told them that it's just like, no one could win at a QB like this. And Justin comes out and he's
then
crying
here
to the
comes the
media.
Bengals defense.
And here
here
comes
to
the
save
Bengals.
day.
Everyone
the
can beat the Bengals, apparently.
The Bengals defense here to save the day.
Yeah.
What's our
I
bye
feel
week? I
for
need
you.
our bye week.
Hey, at least now. I feel for you, but I can't relate because my team right now, we have MVP level Sam Darnold playing for us. And we're doing bits. So after I left.
Oh, this is the bye week. This is my break from the Bengals. Let's go.
This is the bye week. I thought you said at least you have a bye week.
No, I asked when's the bye week. It's this week.
Okay. It's this week, yeah. No Bengals for you.
No depression. I will be happy in the studio next week. Book it.
And since I've left, Seahawks, I mean, they've been doing nice. We had a bye on week 8, but week 7 we beat the Texans, and week 9 we beat the Commanders with a 4 touchdown performance by
got to watch
Sammy
Sam
Biscuits.
Darnold play. And like,
you were impressed.
he looks good. Like, he even
good.
gets the ball out quicker, like not just from a decision making standpoint, but also from like just his motion feels faster too. From the last time I saw him, just everything about him is more crisp. The throws look like they're coming out faster. Like, just everything is on point with Sam Darnold. From what I saw, he's impressive. He's really, really impressive.
And now we're adding Rashid Shaheed that we added on the trade deadline. So now we have an option up top. Yeah, home run threat. We were using Torrey Horton. Torrey Horton, like, very good rookie season so far. Really liking what I'm seeing from that guy. JSN, I mean, he is on track for 2,000 yards right now. First player to ever do it. So that would be amazing if we got there. And I think we might, because our rest of schedule isn't anything crazy. What I'm afraid of is, are we this good, or are we just like the new version of the Falcons, for example, for the 28-3 Super Bowl, in which, like, They just faced a very easy schedule. Everything went right. They got to the Super Bowl. Then issues starting to come, and the year after it was not good. I don't think so, because I think the defense is very good. It's very stout. McDonald is coaching those guys very well. So I'm liking what I'm seeing from that side of the ball. We're the best team against the run. Our cornerbacks are very good. Our secondary is very good, and we've had some injuries as well, but things have been going well. And on offense, apart from the run game, in which we keep giving carries to Drake Bell 2.0, when Kenneth Walker is just electric whenever he touches the football. Outside of that, I think the offense is always good.
I
There's
have a
still
scenario
moments.
for you.
There's still moments. Let me just finish up. There's still moments in
Yep.
Darnold in which I look at and I'm like, dude, don't do that. And then he throws a pick. And it's just like, what are you doing? But those moments are so small right now that I'm just feeling great. He has a legit case for MVP. I'd say that.
He does. So I got a scenario for you. So right now the Eagles are coming off their bye. They did nothing and they secured the 1 seed in the NFC this week. Not for the
Yes.
playoffs, just they have the 1 seed now. They're the number 1 seed. What if the Rams catch fire and wild card weekend you see the Seahawks going on the road into the Philadelphia Eagles? What would you do?
Oh, well, we really need to win that one. I'd say that much. But it wouldn't be an easy game because their defense, and all they've had some other pieces on defense and whatnot, and Jalen Phillips and whatnot. I feel like their defense is going to be a bit better, and they always give everything fits with pressure and whatnot. And of course, as anyone would be, I'm still going to be afraid that Sam Darnold turns back to the Sam Darnold that we know when he gets pressure. But I believe in my O-line. I believe in my team. I believe in the game plan that we're throwing out there. I think this offense is electric from QBR. So I would feel good, to be honest. If like the season ended today and we go to Philly, I would feel great about it. I think we would have legit chance of beating them in the wild card round.
I would love that in my soul just to see the Eagles crush your dreams again.
I think we will be fine.
What do you feel? Well, how do you feel about the reigning, defending, undisputed number 1 seed Philadelphia Eagles right now? You feel good about them, man? They didn't play a game, but it's okay. Everyone above them lost.
Apart from us, but we weren't above to start. But we're right on their heels right now. We're 6-2. I believe they've lost a game, right? So they should be like 7-1 or so. I mean, I still feel a bit like the Eagles, like I felt before I left. No, they're 6-2 as well. So we're tied with them right now. But I feel a bit like I was feeling before I was gone for a week. It's just like they are a team that is still deeply flawed in a lot of the things that they do. But they mastered it by having great defense and by having spurts of brilliance from Saquon Barkley. So hey, I don't think they are winning a single playoff game this year.
You still stand by the fact the Eagles are
still
not
stand by
okay.
it.
So we got the
They
Bengals
in
rant.
the
We
in
got
the
Eagles
weeks
talk.
that I was gone,
Oh,
they
no.
beat a Giants team. A Giants team without Cam Scatterbu. Like, what are we doing here? Why should I be that impressed?
I see. Distance just made the heart grow fonder to hate on the Eagles more. That's what I see.
I felt very New Yorky, so we need to shit on the Eagles even more.
Oh.
So New York only did me well in that sense. So still fuck the Eagles, and I still think the Eagles are not a good team. And they're not going to win a playoff game. We will stand on that.
We will see when the playoffs come and we do our yearly predictions that we always do. What else did you want to talk about? We got the Bengals and we got the Eagles. We're just going through the hits. We even got some Seahawks talk and Sam Darnold's praise. Just going through all the hits. What's the next hit?
How
What's the
about
next
Rico
best?
Dowdle, top 5 rush leader in the NFL, and the 5-4 Carolina Panthers?
We have to talk about the stupid fucking Panthers.
The Carolina Panthers. The only thing with the Carolina Panthers, for me to say that the
Bryce Young
Carolina
doesn't look good.
Panthers are a legit playoff threat, is that their games coming up next are very tough. Like, I don't know if you've seen their schedule yet, but they faced the Saints twice. So at least they got that going for them. But they also go at Atlanta, at San Francisco, versus the Rams, versus the Bucks, versus the Seahawks, and at the Bucks. So the rest of season schedule is not easy whatsoever. And I'm afraid that that might be the thing that hinders them. But I think they're a legit, solid, kind of decent ass team. Like, they do a lot of interesting things well. Like, they run the ball very well. Like, Rico Dowdle has been possessed by something. Might be the best, like, 5 fab bucks that I've spent in any waiver wire ever. Because the guy is just, like, on fire at the point. So, thank God they got him in.
Really have
He's
kept him in
currently,
a lot of different leagues too. So yeah, no,
yeah,
he's been
he's
saving
currently
my
running
skin.
back 9 on the season for fantasy
Yeah.
football. And he didn't play like at all for the first 4 weeks of the season. So he's just been on a massive tear so far. He's doing great. And I think Bryce, he hasn't been doing anything crazy, but he has been doing enough to get the ball moving. And then on defense, their defense is solid in a lot of aspects in terms of the. If I'm not mistaken, they're very good or top 5 in the league versus the run, so they can shut down that fairly well. I think they're a sneaky team that could cause issues, much like you saw versus the Packers this week. And they could have something to say if the schedule wasn't so tough. Like the Atlanta Falcons, they're a bit weird right now in terms of like you can't really predict them. One week they look very solid, the other week they're getting shut down by Carolina again. Um, but overall, I think Carolina, even if they don't make the playoffs this year, I think there's a lot to build on the future from this season. I think they're doing a lot of things right, and I think you're seeing a lot of growth in the team. Bryce Young needs to put it together a bit better, but from that moment on, I think they're a legit threat. I would say. So, and they beat the Packers, as I was saying, and I really can't. One point, the team in the L. I don't even know
Mhm.
if they're a playoff team in the NFL right now. They are all over the place at this point. They never
So
really
correct
seem
yourself.
to be.
They are not all over the place. Jordan Love, unfortunately, is the one who is all over the place. The defense looks elite. It's just Jordan Love goes through these spurts where he looks like the best quarterback in the NFL, and then Justin Fields 2.0,
It's
and
just not
there's not
consistent
much in
enough.
between. Yeah,
And then, like running the football, Josh Jacobs, he's fine, but again, he is not absolutely elite. And then Love again sometimes make great plays, sometimes it just makes what are you doing plays. The weapons
yeah.
around them is just like they just lost their best weapon in my eyes in the craft. Now they're out of him this year, or as Romeo Dobbs put it, he's in a better place right now. I watched it and I was miss. The guy hurt his knee. He didn't die, Romeo Dobbs, but okay. Um, it's just a weird team, you know. There's a lot of variance with them. They're similar enough to the Falcons in my eyes, in which like the defense for the Falcons is also very good. The defense for the Packers is very good. The weapons around the QB, they're very good as well. Like Penix, he has Kyle Pitts, he has Drake London, he has Bijan. Even the backups and Tyler Algier are very good. It's similar enough for Jordan Love, maybe not the type of level of weapons, but he has more weapons. So it's Romeo Dobbs, Christian Watson, when everyone's healthy. Christian Watson, Jaden Reed, Matthew Golden, all of those guys around him. Like there's a lot of weapons in that team, but it's never a consistent team. You can never really truly know what to expect in every single quarter with them. And they seem to be able to move the ball a lot in the field. So in terms of yardage and whatnot, it looks fine a lot of times. But in scoring, they seem to have a lot of issues. finishing drives, finishing plays. It's not great going on with them. And then they are in a division that looks to be very tough right now because the Bears, Caleb Williams, as you just saw this past week, he did fine as well. He had a very solid game, and they're looking better right now than they were at the season. The Vikings with JJ McCarthy, like JJ McCarthy looks like trash for 3 quarters. And the last quarter it just looks great.
The
So
new
that
Tim Tebow.
always the new Team Tebow, apparently. And then the Lions, which have looked the lead for a lot of weeks, now they slip versus the Minnesota Vikings. But like the division is so tough that you just can't afford to lose these games or Panthers and whatnot. You need to be on top of them. And right now they haven't really been. So I don't know. I feel like they might not even make the playoffs at this point. Because the schedule versus, for example, the schedule of the Bears and whatnot, it's a much tougher schedule.
Remember, you were all in on this team at the start of the season. It's called you put your fist down on the table, and you said the Packers, not the Eagles, were the best team in the NFL. And granted, the Packers are. I think it's wild to say the Packers at 5-2-1 might not make the playoffs. They'll make the playoffs. Let's don't get it twisted. But so, like, are you going to pick is this going to be the week Alex picks the Eagles?
Hey, you gotta wait it out to figure it out.
Oh.
No, I mean, you look at their schedule, and I could make the argument. I mean, they face the Eagles this week.
Yeah,
Then they
that's a
face
tough
the
matchup.
Giants.
Probably
And,
the toughest of the year.
Yeah, but then at Giants eases up a bit, but again, maybe should have eased up a bit versus the Panthers. Then you face the Vikings. It's at home this time around. So Vikings in Green Bay. Then you go at Detroit. Then you go versus the Bears. Then you go at Broncos, which again, tough offense, but the defense is very stout, and you could just believe in them to get some of those last plays in to get a win. Then they go at the Bears versus the Ravens at the Minnesota Vikings. I feel like there's a scenario in all of this in which they win like 3 games, like the Giants, Vikings once, Bears once, maybe. I think there's a scenario like this could happen. And at 8-7-1, I don't know if you're making the playoffs. That's the thing.
I think they're going to go better than 8-7-1. Actually, I think they might go a lot better than 8-7-1, buddy. I hate to break it to you, but now who's the one who has faith? I'm just not willing to say they're better than the Eagles.
You know what? The one thing that I had faith on that it seems to be paying out right now.
What?
How about the Patriots and my boy Drake May?
Yeah, Drake May has been electric.
MVP level, I would say. Another team much like the Seahawks in which I don't know if they're really, really good or if it's a very, very easy schedule.
Yeah, true.
But hey, like you play the schedule that you're given. So at this point, they're doing the best with what they have and they're playing very well. And Drake May looks elite. Drake May looks like he is an actual MVP candidate as well. The MVP is just wide open this year, it feels like. So just doing amazing. I think they're the best team in the AFC East.
Oh, you know your history with that. But to be fair, that's not a high bar to set. You're competing with the Dolphins. You're competing with the Jets. Like, let's be real.
I am competing with the Bills, though, and I'm saying they're better than the Bills.
Competing with the Bills, like the Patriots are just competing with the Bills. So, I think you're
they're
wrong.
better than the Bills.
I think you're out of pocket for that, even though they did beat the Bills. But they could be. It's not egregious. If you'd have told me this at the start of the season, I probably would have laughed at you. I'm not now. So that's progress.
Man,
ain't that right,
there
Alex?
you go. Go Patriots! Go Patriots! I almost bought a Drake May jersey, but I didn't have enough space in my bag.
Things I do, because I get a bonus every year because I live in America and we believe in bonuses.
Hey, I
And
get a bonus every single quarter.
apparently not a good one if you're not using it to do what I do, which is I buy jerseys with my bonus.
Ah,
And this
you
year
don't
I
buy
bought
my
a
trophy. That's what you don't buy.
the damn right I don't. Should have came here to get it. Um
We
but
actually should have set that up, but I didn't. I wasn't gonna have space anyway to bring it. So
fine. You don't get a trophy. How about that? That's the new rule. You
sad.
got the trophy in your heart. But anyway, I get jerseys, and this year I got Joe Burrow and Jacob DeGrom. So whose jerseys? So tentatively, I was gonna just finish off the Rangers and the Bengals set. I was gonna get Corey Seager, and I was gonna get Jamar Chase. But who do you think I should get a jersey for, buddy? Do you think I should just get myself an Eagles jersey?
Hey, if you get a Eagles jersey, at least get the retro one. That's the only Eagles jersey that I can tolerate. The
Who?
retro one that Saquon used when
Ah, the
he or
retro one.
the guy over backwards. That's like one jersey that I can
So
tolerate for
oddly
them.
enough,
It's
the reason I probably won't get an Eagles jersey is because like when I buy a jersey, I want to like the player I get a jersey for, and there's not really a player I'm attached to on the Eagles. The Eagles
well.
just beat you. They're just the team. They are the Eagles. They are not
How
Saquon
about
Barkley. They are not Jalen
JSN's
Hurts.
shirt, the retro one,
Oh,
the Steve
that would be
Largent
a good one.
sort of shirt? Yeah, I was looking out for one of those. If I saw one of those, I was gonna buy it.
You're gonna pull the
But they didn't
trigger on it.
have. Yeah, but they didn't have Seattle Seahawks jerseys, unfortunately, in
Where did
any
you
of the
go?
leads. I went to those lead stores. I went to like two or three, if I'm not
Lids.
mistaken.
Did you go to
Lids,
Dick's?
yeah. I went to a Dick's. No, I
Champions?
didn't went to a Dick's. No, I didn't manage to go to any of those. I went to a Dave's. Dave's didn't have anything sports related. I went to Dave and Adams, nothing like that. I went to the malls, nothing like that as well. I was looking out for an NFL store of any kind, but I only found NBA and MLB stores, unfortunately. Um, so I didn't get to
NFL
buy
beat
a
them.
jersey. I didn't manage to buy a jersey. I bought a baseball ball, so I'll take
There you go.
that.
You are slowly becoming a baseball fan. What's your baseball team, buddy?
Well, I was I
Mine's
was
the
thinking
Texas
about
Rangers,
last
obviously.
year of
Mm-hmm.
being a Red Sox fan.
Oh my.
But as I don't really love Boston sports,
Mhm.
and I don't really like their fans all that much,
Be a Phillies
I
fan,
I was
buddy.
I was I was looking at another team. I was looking at the Mariners to keep the Seattle trend going. But
Eh,
if I want to catch any of the games, there's all of them start at like 3 a.m. my time, so that's not great. I was thinking just going the route of being a Yankees fan. That just seems so vanilla at this point. But it might be the way to go because the games are okay. They have a lot of fun players. The first player, one of the first players that I drafted was Jess Chisholm, and I love Jess Chisholm all year. So maybe a
you're a
Yankees fan.
Yankees
We're
fan.
thinking about.
Oh,
We're thinking about it. So the Red Sox. When I was looking into the team and whatnot, it felt like it had a lot of semblance to my soccer team here in Portugal. So I was very into that. But I just can't get over the fact they're from fucking Boston, man.
would you rather be a Boston fan or a Phillies fan?
Rather, all of them are in the same gutter to me.
The same gutter?
Yeah. They are in a ditch somewhere. I just wish they just stopped existing. So I don't really love any of them. So could I answer neither? Could they just be both like buried deep in the hells of some place?
Wow. You like to be a hater, huh? You just like to hate on the
Just don't love those teams, man. I think their fans are presumptuous, are Is it presumptuous that you say? I think it is. They're very smug looking, and like it's just not a fan at all. At least New York fans are loud and what, but they're loud in a good way, you know. They're not delusional. Phillies fans are completely delusional, man.
It's unbelievable.
Eh. Plus, I hate both of them, and it seems like New York hates both of them. So
It just goes
felt
well,
like
huh?
I'm just right at home, huh?
CJ Stroud did end up going down. Do you have any thoughts on CJ
Uh,
Stroud going
well,
down?
CJ, it's a concussion, so I'm expecting him to be back.
Maybe
But
not
they're
this week
not
though.
not this week. I wouldn't really expect it this week. It's a David Mills week. I would
Davis Mills,
expect
yeah.
Davis Mills, yeah. Week I would expect, but I don't know. Does it really change anything for the Texans? Like the defense is always going to be sort of okay, but their line is a revolving door, and Stroud looks to have lost a step. I'm starting to see Texans fans pondering if it's a good idea to pay him or not, which brings me a lot of joy to know that I was right about CJ Stroud. So hey, I
This
was
hate
never
boner.
wrong on any of my takes. I was just early.
You and your hate boner for this guy.
A great QB, I told you all that. So if you've listened along, you've known that he's not a great QB. Jesus Christ.
Hmm.
Okay.
All
After
right.
that, Jaden Daniels also went down. So that's a gnarly
Yeah.
looking injury for his elbow.
Yeah, he's probably done for no, not probably. He's done for the year, buddy.
It looks to be as if he's not out for the season. He's out indefinitely. I don't know if that's better or worse, but okay.
He's not out for the season. He's out indefinitely.
You don't know when he's gonna be back. He might be back this season. That's the report, apparently. And yeah, that's another hurtful injury for them. In the Colts, I don't know. The Colts are a weird one at this point. The Colts are currently sitting at a 7. They lose the ball. So but they turn around the Colts and they do or the team went on to Jim Mercer's daughter, who's now running the team. And he went like, the price for Sauce is this. Do you think it's too much? It's okay. What do you want to do? And she was apparently very very willing to make that trade, and she was like, "Hey, man, do you want to band-aid it or solve it permanently?" So apparently, everyone liked the attitude, and they went on to move 2 first-round picks plus a second-round receiver in Adonai Mitchell for Sauce Gardner. I felt like that's an overpay because I think the perception of Sauce is
Maybe
better than
Sauce.
what Sauce is. Yeah.
Yeah. So funny
Sauce has
enough,
been a PI drawing machine this year.
So funny enough, this goes back to a rumor. So it was rumored that the Bengals were actively shopping Trey Hendrickson during the trade deadline, and they actually even came down on their stance because they wanted a first-round pick. The suitor for Trey Hendrickson would have been the Dallas Cowboys, which is just so fitting. So, it is reported that the deal involved Trey Hendrickson going to the Bengals, going to the Cowboys for a second-round pick, and Jerry Jones said he thought that price was particularly egregious. So, if that's the cost for Trey Hendrickson, then I don't think Sauce is worth that much more. Like a 2 first, and a second-round wide receiver. No. But this is America, and the market is whatever someone is willing to pay. So.
Yeah, that is true.
I don't think that, and maybe this is just my Colts hate coming out, but I think the Colts are making a misread on calling Daniel Jones their franchise quarterback and going all in with him.
No way, man. No chance. What is leading you to thinking that? You must be crazy at this point. Yeah, no, I don't love whatever they're doing, whatever they're smoking, whatever is in the water there. I don't love it. I think they're just thinking they're a different class of what they actually are. I think they're one of those teams that are gonna make the playoffs, maybe even be the first seed, and they're gonna get slapped in the mouth in the first round and get eliminated. And they did all of that to get eliminated in the first round. They're gonna sign Daniel Jones to a big contract. Daniel Jones is gonna look like Daniel Jones has always looked, I'd say, going forward. And I think they're gonna be in a hell of soon enough. But hey, they were playing well, and then they decided to go away from the one thing that they were great at, which was handing the ball over to JT so he could run all over every team. They didn't really give him the ball that much versus the Steelers. Daniel Jones threw the ball more. They lost the game. The conclusion is that they feel like Daniel Jones is their franchise QB going forward. I don't know how you get to that conclusion, but okay. I feel like they're fooling themselves, and it's not going well for them. So
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I don't think the franchise quarterback for the Colts is in the building right now, and I think that doing it the way that they've done it is setting themselves up to. I was gonna say give the Jets an opportunity to build a better roster, but they're gonna fuck it up anyway. So I don't know. All
if
things being even.
if they can't if they can't build a roster with so they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I believe they have 5 first-round picks.
They do.
Yeah, wait, no. When are the first round? They got one from the Cowboys.
Yep.
Then the second one.
Both.
So they got 5 first-round picks in the next 2 years, plus 3 second-round picks in the next 2 years. If they can't build even a roster that looks semi-competitive in 2 years, you can just end the franchise at this point. Like that would be so much draft capital to waste, man. That would just be crazy. I think they can
No.
essentially pick whoever they want at QB for the next 2 years. Like if they don't like this class at all, you can load it up in picks for next year. You can move up
Speaking
from
of, or I was thinking about that. I know I invited you to a Bengals game. Do you know the Ohio? You know what the Ohio hack is? If you're a
well,
Bengals fan, you get Browns tickets for that year. The Browns play the Bengals if you want to watch them, so the tickets are cheaper.
oh, okay. Not season tickets, right? Just tickets for
No,
when the
just
Browns
ticket for
play the
that
Bengals.
one game. Yes, so the Bengals play the Browns.
Okay. Yeah, that would make sense because having season tickets for the Browns, that might be hell in a
That
bit of itself.
I was gonna say that's a worse existence than being a Bengals fan right now, but I can't actually say that
No,
right
it,
now.
it
It's
is.
pretty.
It is. Having season tickets for the Browns or for the Jets is a worse timeline to live in than being a Bengals fan. There's not a worse timeline to live in than that
Let's
one.
just see how. I'm going to the Browns website right now. Let's see how much these season tickets for the Browns are. Let's see how much they become a season ticket member. Buy now. Let's see.
I think they still keep increasing the prices, if I'm not mistaken. I saw that somewhere.
Ain't no way. Ain't no way you're right. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, it only includes 5 games. Oh, I can't do next year? Whatever. Let's see. Oh, I have to pick where I want. Okay, well, let's pick the dog pound. Let's see. How many tickets you want? 1 or 2, buddy?
Two. We both need to endure the hell.
Oh, okay. We both need season tickets for the Browns. Okay, buddy.
Yeah. I'll actually fly every single week to Cleveland just to watch the Browns. Can you imagine the craziness?
Let's see. The lowest is $360. The highest is still going. Oh my god. Still going. Oh my god. $2,000
To watch the Browns. To watch 5 games of the Browns.
to watch 5 games of the Browns. Yes.
I'd rather get stabbed. Can the suffering end right away? Just like get stabbed and it's over? If so, that would be the preferred outcome here. There's no way anyone that isn't being kidnapped would buy those things, right? That's just impossible. Who would spend $2,000 to go watch the Browns? 5 games of the Browns. Like, I would like to take my eyes off before I do that. With a spoon, with a fork, with whatever you want to do, just don't make me watch 5 games of the Browns.
Don't make me watch 5 games. As he says.
It's insane. Okay, so Browns, they're just going right back to what they were currently. The Chiefs, they lose to the Bills, but that's just like the normal occurrence that happens every single year. They beat them in the regular season just so they can lose in the playoffs. So that's good old thing that always happens. It's just the way that the world goes around. It's death, taxes, and the Bills lose to the Chiefs in the playoffs. So that's fun. Other than that, is there anything else that we need to go over here? I don't really think so. Because we talked about most things. Hey, I guess let's finish it with the Saints and Tyler Shook is now back in. Spencer Rattler is a done deal, and now we have Tyler Chuck, which I always thought was Tyler Soho, but the commentators got me. They are calling him Tyler Chuck. That's the name apparently now. Do you think there's anything there, or they're just like going through the motion until it's next year? Because I think they're just going through the motion.
They're going through the motion, buddy.
There's absolutely nothing.
They are also in the Colts bandwagon of their quarterback isn't on the roster, buddy.
Okay. And apparently so isn't their running back because Alvin Kamara seems to be persona non grata for them.
Yeah,
because the dude fumbled. The dude fumbled once and he never saw the ball again.
They're like, that's enough regression for us, and then they benched him.
hey, buddy, you're done. You're done. Get out. And then okay, there we go. Okay, I don't think there's.
The bright spot of the Saints is Chris Olave, though. Chris Olave is having a really fine, like, slept-on season.
It's the only guy there, so at this point, like, you might as well use him until he gets hurt. Just use him. Your game, you actually have no other skill position players to use, so better just go with that guy.
Chris Olave might land me a haul during the playoffs of our Dynasty League. We'll see. We'll see.
I might need a player for flex position, so maybe. Maybe I can knock him.
Alex is going to come knocking for Olave. Okay, do you have anyone on the IR? Oh, we'll talk about that later. What's next?
We'll talk about that later. We're gonna see. We're gonna see what happens. Okay. I believe that's most things covered at this point. So I would suggest we just go straight into the picks if you're up for that.
Yeah, I'm cool. I'm game. We're game over here.
Hey, okay. Let's jump straight into it. So Thursday Night Football. Of course, we're recording this on a Friday. This is probably dropping on a Friday. So you might not know what our picks were unless you are following us on Twitter at the No Reserve Radio.
Things Alex say eventually come to pass. Just takes a while.
It just takes a while.
He's not
but we're
wrong,
there.
he's just early. No.
Exactly. See. So for that, we were on opposite sides, and my 4-game winning streak for Thursday Night Football came to an end because Angelo got it right this time. He was on a 4-game losing streak, and on a 4-game winning streak, and I was on the Denver Broncos -7.5, while Angelo was on
Nine and a
the
half.
Raiders
Nine
nine
and
and
a
a half.
half. It was much worse than you thought.
It was much worse, much worse. I actually thought it was 7.5 for a minute there, so hey, not great, not great at all. And Angelo won that one, so yes, he has another game lead here, and the overall records so far, because we need to update that
I'm
one.
never
I was
agreeing
just
with you another week again, by the way, after that week. That was such a bad week.
come on now. Let me just figure out this one
I don't
because
care
I
what the
haven't.
logic says. Alex Luck defies logic. Like,
Hey,
no.
we have been decent this year. Okay.
Hold on, let me go back to the week we agreed on everything but 3 games. Let's see. What did I finish that week? Oh, it won't tell me? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Just finishing up writing something here, so.
I was 5-8 on that week that we agreed on everything.
See, 5-8 isn't too bad.
That might be good to you, but that's not good to Angelo, okay?
This year's Angelo, it is.
Oh, stop this. I'm still above 50% if I'm not mistaken.
You are not above 50%, buddy.
Oh, I am not? Uh-oh.
I was looking. At least I don't think so, but I'll tell
What a
you
green to
right
Alex
away.
gets me. It's
What a green tag
this
with just to a
season.
motherfucker.
Yep.
So the overall record, I was looking at that earlier today. So I am sitting at 62-74 for the season. You are sitting at, my friend, 67-69, below 500 at this point.
Oh, we can't have that. We cannot stand for this.
It's time to do something about it, buddy. So, for this week, let's go look at some picks. Yes, I was first because it was Thursday Night Football, so you can go right away with the next game.
We got the Atlanta Falcons on the road at Indianapolis. The Colts are 5.5-point favorites. They're 7-2. Atlanta, the only consistent things about them is Kyle Pitts and Drake London. I didn't think I'd be saying that first one right now. They just got Sauce. Sauce is going to be on Drake London. You know what? Give me the Colts.
He might not play though. They're going to Germany, if I'm not mistaken.
They are going to Germany.
They're going to Germany, and he has been out for the Jets for a bit now. I don't know if he has been out because he is quote unquote injured until he got traded, or if he's actually hurt. They might be out. Just letting you know that.
That's fair. But I'm still going Colts. I don't trust the Falcons. I'm not a Falcons-y boy.
Gonna go back to being against one another on this one because I'm picking the Falcons plus 5.5. Again, I think the Falcons are a high variance team, but I think their defense is always there and it's always solid.
So I expect 3-5.
Yeah, but they've had good games, and they've had games in which they're shut out by the Carolina Panthers. So again, high variance there. They nearly beat the Patriots last week, if I'm not mistaken. So I think they're a solid team. They need to get their offense moving, and what I'm expecting here is a low-scoring game. Both defenses are very solid. I expect the Colts to be able to move the ball somewhat. I'm hoping that the Falcons can at least make this one close, because I think this is going to be a low-scoring game. So I could envision this being a 20-15 sort of game, 20-16 sort of game. In which the Colts definitely win, but I think the Falcons cover this one. Okay, after that one, we have the Tyler Chuck-led New Orleans Saints going at Carolina. Carolina is a 5.5-point favorite. Being a 5.5-point favorite and being Carolina just shouldn't really mix, but it's the Saints. And the Saints against the run have been absolutely atrocious. Rico Dowdle seems to be possessed by a demon. If I'm not mistaken, every single team that has faced the New Orleans Saints has had over 100, has had a player run for over 100 yards on them since at least like 6 weeks ago, if I'm not mistaken. They are allowing the runs like hell at this point. Rico Dowdle seems to be possessed by something. I'm just going to go with Carolina -5.5.
Yeah, you know what? I think you're right on all that, but I get taken back to the hold on, let's go back in time. Let's go into the time machine. Let's go into the week we agreed. Week 8. Let's see if we were right on this assessment. You were right. So you said this pretty much the exact same thing about the Patriots going into the Browns and that the Browns weren't very good against the run. No. The
I
Patriots
said the
were
Browns
very good
were.
against the run.
Yes,
The Patriots
exactly.
defense was very good against the run, and you think that would stop them, and you were correct on that. I think you're going to be correct on this one, even if it's inversed. Give me the Panthers. Next up, the the New York Giants are going to Chicago to face the Bears. The Bears are 3.5-point favorites. Quite honestly, this is actually a high variance team, the Chicago Bears. It seems like their offense is up and down. The defense also seems very up and down.
They're
They are
mostly
5 and
down. The
3.
defense,
Yeah,
though.
they're mostly down with the defense, yeah. I just see Jackson Dart on the Giants. I don't know how they cover this line. I think it's going to be the Bears. So I'm going to go with the Bears. But I could totally see.
I think you
I
were
could
on the
totally
right
see that.
track there. The Bears just have such a high variance that at this point, I think I'm gonna go with the Giants +3.5. I think covering numbers for them will be hard. I think they are going to win this game, but I don't see it being by more than 3 points. Because even if they have a lead over 3 points, and the Giants have the football, I'm expecting the Giants to drive down the field and score because this defense is just atrocious at this point. So I don't necessarily think it's something about the Bears' offense or just Caleb or anything. I think it's more of a defense is absolutely atrocious, and Jackson Dart is just like he plays with a fire that you don't usually see, and he just throws reckless to the wind, and it's just like call him Jeff Hardy because that's just what it is at this point.
He's
I'll take the
honestly a better
Giants plus three
quarterback
and a
than them
half.
as far as mindset goes.
Yeah, yep. So Giants plus 3.5 for me. Next up, the Jacksonville Jags versus the Houston Texans. It feels like we just had this game a couple of weeks ago, and it was not fun. And now you don't have CJ Stroud in there. And if I'm not mistaken, last time that I picked this, I picked the Jags. And if I'm not mistaken, the Jags lost or something. So, am I about to make the same mistake twice? I don't want to, but I feel like that would be the correct side, betting against Davis Mills. But then on the other side, you have a Trevor Lawrence that is just like so bad as well. Ah, buddy. This is so terrible. Yeah, last game I was actually on the Texans because they were underdogs. So I thought, okay, give me +1.5, and they lost 17-10. But now if I pick the underdog, I would be picking the Jacksonville Jags. And I could easily see them lose 17-10. I'll go with the underdog again. Give me the Jacksonville Jags +1.5, but I wouldn't touch this game with a 7 feet pole.
So most of the year this year, other than the years, I agreed. Other than the weeks, I agreed with you, which was a mistake, grave mistake. I picked, you know, first time quarterback. First game is usually better. That said, this line is 1.5. I think the Jags are the better team. I am going to go with the Jags. Oh god. Buffalo Bills at Miami Dolphins. The Bills are favored by 9.5 points. This line could be infinity, and somehow the Bills would find a way to cover. The Dolphins appear like they've given up. They traded everyone of subsequence, it feels like, at the trade deadline that they could. Like, Give me the Bills. There's no like Mike McDaniels needs fired. There's no one. The Dolphins aren't listening to the voices in the room. Like I don't care how high this number is. Give me the Bills.
At 9.5?
At 9.5. It could be 14.5, and I'd be going with the Bills.
After a highly emotional game versus the Chiefs, I think they're coming off of a high. I think they are going to play very well versus the Dolphins. They're going to win.
It could be
but
21.5, and I'd be going the Bills.
They're going to take their foot off the gas. And I think everyone is going to eat up the Bills on this line. And it can't be that easy because the Dolphins are terrible. The Bills just beat the Chiefs. I can just see every single person betting this game, betting up the Bills like crazy. And I feel like this is the trap game of the week. I think Miami covers this line. The Bills win, but Miami covers this line. So you're getting trapped, Angelo.
And a half.
You're getting trapped, Angelo. I'm sorry. Okay. After that, you have the Baltimore Ravens at the Minnesota Vikings. Vikings are 4.5-point underdogs. Baltimore off the bye. Derrick Henry played very nice so far. Lamar is back. I think the defense is starting to work again very well. I think the Ravens are going to win this game. 4.5, I think with JJ McCarthy, they're the type of team that just can pull a crazy ass cover out of nowhere. But I'm going to stick with the Baltimore Ravens, and I'm going to take the Ravens minus 4.5 because I think they're on a run to go to the playoffs.
So I agree with you on this because the Ravens don't have very many L's they can afford at this point in the year. They're already at 5. Part of me is still like I'm pausing because the Ravens defense is very much like the Bengals defense light, and light being like they're better. So I could totally see them giving up the requisite amount of points for the Vikings to cover this. And not only that, I think the Ravens, and we're going to see this as a theme as for my picks with the Ravens moving forward, I think the Ravens are a team that are contingent on Lamar getting hot early and then like kind of like taking the will out of their opponents and coasting to that win. I don't like the Ravens in competitive games. That said, I am going to go Baltimore, but I do think moving forward, there are going to be some lines that Baltimore is not going to cover. Oh God, do I have to pick this one?
Pick this one. I think this is the easiest of the bunch. I'll tell you right now. That's the gold pick for me.
This is the gold pick. Yep. The Browns enter MetLife Stadium to face the New York Jets. The New York Jets are somehow 1.5 point
the line has absolutely flipped, by the way, since the trade of Sauce. But our line's locked on Tuesday, so it's now Cleveland -2.
So, yeah, I'm going Cleveland. I'm so sad that Breece Hall wasn't traded to the Chiefs at the trade deadline, but yeah, don't overthink this. The Browns have the better defense. Somehow the Browns have the better offense. Like, yeah.
Right there with you. It's the Browns. It's the Browns by a million. I will take this line all the way up to like, I don't know, 5. Because maybe that's like the most that I can see them scoring. It's just like a 17-10 win. It's going to be a blowout in terms of like how many points they can actually score. Like for the Browns to score 17 points, it should be considered blowing someone out. And I don't think the Jets are scoring anything crazy here. So give me the Cleveland Browns. This is a gold pick, by the way. Spoiler alert. Okay, after that, New England Patriots at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Buccaneers are 2.5 point favorites. Mike Evans is back. Puka is back. Baker is dealing. Chris Godwin is not going to be back so soon. Maybe only December for him, it looks like. With all of that said, give me my boy Drake May. They're still doubting this dude. They're giving him +2.5. I'll ride with my dude until the very end here. Give me Drake May +2.5. I think the Patriots or maybe the best team, but they're gonna face a real test here. They faced versus the Bills, they aced it. They won that game. I'm expecting them to do something similar here. I think they will beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So give me the New England Patriots plus 2.5.
Yeah, give me the Bills. Or the Bills. Give me the Bucks. I'm taking Baker Mayfield. I'm taking the offense with the better weapons, even if half of them are hurt. And here's my hot take. I'm going to be taking the better quarterback, too.
So that's a very hot take.
At least
You're
this
wrong.
year.
Wrong.
Hold on. This hasn't made an appearance.
There you go,
buddy. I got you, buddy. Next one. Arizona Cardinals head to Seattle. The Seahawks are favored by 7.5 points. The Cardinals are off the first game quarterback high of Jacoby Brissett. Kyler Murray is off. They probably hid him somewhere in the basement of Arizona. Like he's not coming back. Marvin Harrison Jr. kind of scapegoated him and told him like Kyler's the reason that Marvin hasn't been performing. I could give or take that take. That said, I know you're going with the Seahawks. I want to give... You know what? Fuck it. I'm going with Arizona. I don't see an actual reason to go with Arizona. I think that off the high of the Jacoby Brissett like week 1 game, I think the Cardinals are going to come back down to earth. I think the Seahawks are absolutely going to shellac them. So don't take my advice at this. This is one of the few times I'll say this. That said, like, I got to stand on business with this one.
First, the disrespect to Marvin Harrison Jr. 2 games with Jacoby Brissett, he has been amazing in both of them. So I think it's fair to say that it might be Kyler's issue. Other thing about the Cardinals was kind of fun about it, all of this thing with Kyler, was that they were like, what's the name again? The coach. He was
Rich
like,
Gannon,
the day after they beat the Cowboys, they were like, Kyler's the guy. Like, if everything is healthy, he would be the guy. Okay, that's fun. Day after in the conference, he's like, no, we're going with Jacoby Brissett for a starter right now. So you're
hit
like,
him in the basement, and he's never
okay, yeah, but you're like, okay,
tell me I'm wrong.
No, you're not wrong, but you're like, okay, maybe it's the injury. Then reports come out that it's going to take like 4 to 6 weeks, 4 to 8 weeks until he's good again. He needs to completely rest, otherwise the injury is going to get worse. So they asked Gannon, is it why you're going with Jacoby? And I'm like, regardless of it, we would be going with Jacoby. And it's just like, okay, so that's done. Kyler with Arizona is probably done. Because your coach saying that seems like a reason why it should be done. So I like the Seahawks, but I've known us for a few years right now. I'm going to take the Seahawks minus 7.5, but I would say don't take this pick. Take Angelo's pick, because I've known this team for a while, so I'm doing a reverse jinx of what you're doing. I think there's a very likely scenario that Arizona makes this very close.
Angelo tells you to pick Alex size. Alex tells you to pick Angelo size. We're metagaming right now.
Exactly. But I can't pick against the Seahawks. But I just know us for so many years that it's just like, this is the sort of game in which the Cardinals make it just crazy ass close, without there being any sort of issue for it to being this close. And we're all just in awe, and not just like the Seahawks win with a late field goal or something like that. So I think we win. I don't think we cover this line, but I can't pick against my Seahawks. Well, we're so hot. So I'll take the Seahawks minus 7.5. Very homer pick. I would pick Angelo's side if you're betting. After that, we have the Los Angeles Rams. Huh?
I was about to say it's you, buddy, next.
Okay. The Rams at the San Francisco 49ers, the second NFC West matchup. The Niners are 3.5-point underdogs in this one. I'm just going to go with the Rams. It looks to be another Mac Jones week. They are still reeling in terms of injuries. Ricky Pearsall might never play a game of football again. I don't think we even know if he's like anywhere in this
Alive.
earth because
Yeah.
they just keep saying that he's injured and he's going to be back, but he's never back, and he's never close to being back. So I don't know if there's even a Ricky Pearsall out there, or if it's just a figment of my imagination. Brandon Ayuk not back to 100%, so they have George Kittle and a bunch of guys that have played in rosters. Those are the
CMC.
best things, the best ways to define them. The defense is in complete slacking. Puka is going to play. Adams is going to play. Stafford is going to play. Everyone is going to play on the Rams. So I think this one is fairly easy. Give me the Rams -3.5.
I think this is the one. I think this is the trap game. I think you fell for my trap card, Yugi, with that one. You think that the Dolphins Bills is the trap game. I think it's this one. I think the 49ers are going to come out swinging. I think Kyle Shanahan does better against Sean McVay than he has any right to. And I think that the 49ers are actually going to outright win this game. CMC is going to go crazy. Next game. The Detroit Lions are going to DC to face the Commanders. The Lions are 8.5-point favorites. Daniels might not play quarterback again ever. That's an exaggeration, but it feels like that. Yeah, give me the Lions. This is simple to me. There is no debate on this one.
I feel like this could be the second trap game here.
Oh
in
my
which
god.
I just see everyone going with Detroit. I'm not going to go against Detroit. I'm going to pick Detroit. But this just has the pieces of it. It has the backup QB coming in, playing, getting some yards versus the Lions, moving the football, getting some points. Defense reels around the rookie, the back QB. They get some stops. The Lions, the offense is great, but sometimes they hit certain like walls that they almost build themselves, and things don't go as smoothly as you would like. I'm gonna go with the Lions -8.5, but it's not a pick that I'm super comfortable about. Okay, after that one, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Los Angeles Chargers. Chargers are 3.5-point favorites. I see a lot of people going with the Pittsburgh, thinking like the defense is solved because they looked very good, getting turnovers versus the Colts. I'll tell you right now, I don't think that's close to true at all because like they just moved the ball at will versus the Steelers. And a lot of people are seeming to think that the Chargers are gone now after Joe Holt's injury, after already losing Slater earlier in the season. I don't think that's true at all. They still have Ladd McConkey. They still have Keenan Allen. Kamani Vidal didn't have a great game, but he has had a good game before. So I'm expecting him to play a bit more, play a bit better, and Justin Herbert just to get yardage on that team that is not super solid so far. Plus, the difference in stats when Joe Alt has been out and in, but Herbert really hasn't suffered anything in terms of a drop-off in stats. So I'm still confident that Herbert is going to play through this and is going to take this team over the hump and is going to beat the Pittsburgh Steelers. So give me the Chargers -3.5.
I'm gonna have to agree with you on this one. I'm not picking the Windsors. I don't have faith in the Steelers. I think if they make the playoffs, they're a fraudulent playoff team. Like, yeah, no, fuck the Steelers on that one. The last game is the game that's going to be the most contentious, I think. We have the Philadelphia Eagles heading into Lambeau to face the Green Bay Packers. The Packers are 2.5-point favorites. You know where we're going here. We're going with the Eagles. We're taking our win, taking the medicine. Jordan Love has been remarkably inconsistent, and now he gets to play an actual defense. Like, this isn't a choice. Just take your medicine, pick the Eagles, Alex. Do the right thing, and just move on with your day, buddy.
Couple games ago, I was going over the list and making the picks before we pick. I actually made this pick, and I selected the Philadelphia Eagles when I was selecting this game.
Let's go.
But you can never get me to fully believe in the Eagles, and that's why I'm gonna go with my guy Jordan Love.
Oh,
I know
no.
they're really inconsistent. This is gonna be a game in which they're all over the place. Everyone and their mother is on the Eagles. Everyone after. Tell me this: how is Vegas looking at this game? A team coming off a bye just beat the Giants by like 14 points the week prior. Then you have a team like the Packers. Packers just lost to the Carolina Panthers while being over a touchdown favorite versus the Panthers.
Yes.
And then Vegas turns around and they say, "Come on, guys, we like all of you. We're just going to give you free money. Everyone is going to be able to bet this. Everyone is going to make money on the Eagles. This is the easiest layup ever, guys. Just make sure to spend all of your money."
Ever, Alex?
Yeah, exactly. So you know that Vegas is known for really liking to just give up money. Like everyone should just get free money from Vegas, and that's the initiative that they're going with for this game. They're just gonna give every single person free money because you can just bet the Eagles and win a bunch of money. It never works like this. This is the game in which everyone and their mother tries to get back the money that they lost over the weekend with the Eagles plus 2.5. As the line even moved, actually, so far, let me look very quickly if the line has moved at all while we're here. So for the NFL, we have the, where is it? Steelers, Atlanta, Packers, Eagles. Packers are still favorites in this point of time. They're still favorite. So the line hasn't moved at all. All of this is telling me, like, the line is still, 2.5 is the line. The line hasn't moved at all. This is all telling me that everyone and their mother is betting the Eagles, but the sharp money is on the Packers. Because the sharp money knows that this is a sort of game in which Jordan Love just throws for over 300 yards on the Eagles. They beat the Eagles by like 30 to 15. And the next week they lose versus whoever they face. It's just the way that the Packers are. They will play up to the good teams and they'll be able to move the ball, get yardage. Like, you can't convince me that it's this easy to make money. Like, Packers lose versus the Carolina Panthers, lose their best weapon. All of that happens, and they're favorites versus the best team, quote unquote, in the NFL, the Eagles. It's not that simple, Angelo. You need to be smarter than that, and you need to take the Green Bay Packers with this one.
Alex.
Yes.
Who has the better defense?
It's close enough. You've said that the Packers have an elite defense.
I have. Who has the better defense?
I think it might be very close between the two. Maybe
Say the Eagles.
The Eagles, but it's super close. Don't ask me who has the best offense because
who has the better offense, Alex?
I'm never gonna tell you the guy. I'm never gonna tell you that the guy that has what? What's he averaging right now in terms of yards per game? Passing yards per game, that is. I'm never gonna tell you that the QB averaging just around. Where is it? No, he doesn't have the yardage here. No, there's no yardage here. Who's averaging right around? I'll make the calculations here. Played 8 games. I'm never gonna tell you that the guy that is averaging just around 200 yards passing has the best offense in the NFL. I'm sorry. The Packers might have the best offense between the two.
The Packers have the best offense.
So give me the Packers. It is never this simple, Angelo.
You're delusional.
Am I not right in what I'm saying? Isn't everyone and their mother gonna bet the Eagles at plus 2.5 on Monday to make all the money back that they lost on all of the stupid props and all of the stupid, teasers that they're taking? Isn't everyone and their mother gonna bet the Eagles? Do you think it's ever this simple, Angelo?
It's that simple, Alex.
It's never this simple. I'm sorry.
Hold on. Alex, what?
So, you know what was so simple last week? Just take the Packers versus the Carolina Panthers. What could be easier than that?
So
Guess
how
what?
many quarters? So let me ask you this: how many quarters of elite Jordan Love do you think you're getting? More or less than one?
I'm getting 3, I think.
3? You're getting 3 quarters
I
of
think
that.
I'm getting 3. I think he's gonna struggle secondary.
3.
Hey,
You're
you just
I
wait and
think.
see.
What? Who has the better running back?
Saquon Barkley is not 100%.
Oh my god.
He was injured all of the bye week. What do you want me to tell you?
It's just the copium. It's the copium that just gets me. Like, who has the better wide receivers?
The Eagles, but they don't utilize them. So it's like
But they don't
having a
utilize them.
Maserati. But it's like having a Maserati, but you never take him off the garage. Like, what do you want me to tell you?
I think you just. It's Alex. You don't have to hate the Eagles this bad. Like you just.
Hey, I'm a New Yorker now.
You're a New Yorker
So,
now.
so I have to hate them, brother.
That was a terrible New York accent. So here's what I'm gonna
Uh,
do because I don't know
hey,
how to
I'm
do.
walking it. See, that's a better accent.
That is a better accent.
Okay. So with all of this, I'm assuming that Philly is your gold pick.
Yes.
Okay. Philadelphia, +2.5. What's your silver pick?
The Bengals not to lose on the bye.
That is not possible to bet. Second best silver pick.
That's a good one though. You got to give me that one.
Yeah. It was.
Give me the 49ers to beat the Rams
49ers +3.5.
and Browns give me the Colts beating the Falcons.
Indianapolis Colts, is it -5.5? Yes, it is. For me, gold pick, as I said, Cleveland +1.5. Silver pick, Cleveland +1.5. Bronze pick, Cleveland +1.5. I'll just take all of them. That's the best pick on the board, maybe ever. No. For silver pick, few interesting ones. Few that I don't really love. For the silver pick, I am gonna go with. I'll go with the Giants +3.5 for my silver, and I'll close it out with the trap game of all trap games, baby.
What did I miss? What did you say?
I
Did you put
said for the
your trap games as your 2 other games, buddy?
No, I said for gold pick, I'm taking the Cleveland Browns +1.5. For silver pick, I'm taking the Cleveland Browns +1.5. For bronze pick, I'm taking the Cleveland Browns +1.5.
God.
That's the best pick on the board. No, but for silver, I'm taking the Giants +3.5. And for the bronze pick, I'm taking the biggest trap game of them all. I'm taking the Green Bay Packers -2.5.
You got a problem, buddy.
Yeah. So overall records, just for a small recap, since we missed week 9, so no bronze, silver, gold, whatever for week 9.
Yeah.
So 8 weeks, we have me with a 2-6 on the gold picks. Angelo is 4-4. On the silver, I'm 3-5. Angelo with a great 7-2. That's your best pick on the board this year. It's the silver pick. And for me, I am 4-4 in the bronze. You are 2-6. So bronze picks never that kind to you, just as gold picks. It's actually a flip from what we're doing in gold. You're 4-4, I'm 2-6. The other one, I'm 4-4, you're 2-6. So that's the recap. That's the picks. All of that is in. Should we get out of there, Angelo?
Get out of here, Alex.
Okay. Thank you so much for listening, guys. If you listened this far, thank you, thank you, thank you. If you're listening on the Apple Podcast app, on the Spotify app, wherever you listen to your podcasts, make sure to leave us a 5-star review, turn on the auto downloads, subscribe to the show. All of that really helps out the show. And yeah, make sure to follow us on Twitter at No Reserves Radio. And as always, guys, talk to you next week.
See ya. Hope I need to open the chat. See, now you get extra audio. You guys are welcome.